Hello Cliff, this is my first attempt at making a video, so this is going to be a learning experience. Well, here's my steam engine. I told you it wasn't much to look at, and I was right. It's just made out of bits and pieces of things I could find laying around. The cylinder is just a piece of copper plumbing pipe, and inside the cylinder in this end is the valve, just a piece of brass tubing and a piece of welding rod that I had to turn down in the lathe to get to the right size, and just a chunk of aluminum for the crank there for the piston crankshaft, and then another piece of welding rod to connect the flywheel to the valve assembly, and another piece of scrap aluminum. And this is just an old cog that I had at work, left over from a machine that I had to overhaul about 12 years ago. I've kept it all this time thinking surely I'll need it one of these days, and by golly, I did finally use it. So this thing runs on very low pressure. My gauge really doesn't register very well below 10 pounds, so I think this thing runs on about 5 pounds of pressure. Let me give it a flip here and see if it'll start. Oh, a little more. Almost. There we go. You can hear the valve groaning. Yerk, 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 yerk. I need to put a little oil in there. And I thought I had some oil in here in my shop, but I don't seem to find any. Little WD-40 wouldn't hurt, but oh well. So that's probably about 5 pounds of pressure there. Let's crank it up a little bit. It'll run in any position, although you can hear it slowing down a bit. You can see the different linkage activity. Crank up the pressure a little more. Get it going a little faster, it gets a little quieter actually, because the valve stops groaning. Speed it up a little bit more. Well, that was the compressor kicked on almost. Don't want to listen to that. I can adjust the timing a little bit right here by moving that, but it's not helping much. My main timing issue is here. I don't have a set screw on this assembly. I just set it by hand, and it tends to get out of time occasionally. Yeah. Once you put it back into time, it'll really take off. But then it vibrates enough that it throws it back out of time again. That's just a little bit of engineering that I need to complete. Start it back up again. I don't know how much battery life I've got left on my camera. I don't want to bore you to death. I need a better regulator. I need a low pressure regulator. Here we go. think that's about 8 pounds of pressure. Wow, that's the fastest I've ever had it running. It usually goes out of time before now. Oh, now it's out of time. I guess that's my safety feature. It goes out of time before it goes fast enough to self-destruct. So anyway, that's my steam engine, my first attempt. I've got another one in the works, but it's going to take a while. I need to do a little actual machine work on it. But I thought you'd like to see that. I'm going to fix the timing. I'm out in the shop and it's really cold. So I'm going to set it to running again and give you a different angle. I hope the dancing camera doesn't make you seasick. I should have started it running before I picked up the camera. Would have made sense, wouldn't it? Nothing like planning. Here we go. Oh, I'm about to run out of air. I just have a very small compressor. Whoops, sorry. Wasn't watching. There you can see the valve assembly, the valve crank.